Okay, sorry now. Eyes up, eyes up, eyes up. Again, sorry for the delay. I had some technical difficulties. Now we're starting. I need everybody quiet because I'm 5 minutes behind. I got to catch up. All right? And there's one problem on here that you don't know how to do. All right? That's it. All right? So if you're having a question, I want you to speak up right away. What? I haven't even done a problem yet. How can you have a problem? I haven't done a problem. I'm talking about math problems, Walker, right? All right, here we go. Let's take a look. Number 1, x cannot equal -7. So far, so good. Number 2, x, girls, x cannot equal 5. Number 3, we have to factor. So it factors into x minus 4 times x plus 3. So x cannot equal 4 or -3. Now, for question number 4, we should be pretty good with x cannot equal ±2. Any issues with that? What?
So you get 2 by, I get 2, I got 4.
Is 4 squared minus 4 0? No. So if you want, you could also factor x plus 2 times x minus 2 and go from there. All right, now listen, guys, I'm going to get a little upset now. Some of you guys, we can't have individual conversations. All right, now we're on question number 5. Here we go. I need to factor out a what?
4.
A 4. So everybody should be 4 parentheses.
Minus 3
So now what happens to the x minus 3s?
They cancel out.
They cancel out.
So just 4.
So just 4. All right, question number 6. GCF again, we're taking out a 5.
5 parentheses x plus 2y.
Right?
And then you could.
And now we can reduce the 5 and reduce the 15. So your final answer is x plus 2y over 3. X plus 2y over 3. All right, now let's take a look at question number 7. Factoring out a 3, y plus 8, y plus 8.
Scratch out
The y plus 8s now can cancel.
3 over
So we're happy with that. Okay. Now let's take a look at question number 8. All right, this is the new topic. Not really a topic, I just forgot to include it yesterday. All right, so here we go. Listen carefully. All right, I would like everybody to look at that and just say that's obviously -1. All right, now let's say it's not so obvious for you. All right, here's what I would like to show you. All right, if somebody said to you, 4 minus 2 over 2 minus 4, you would get what? Which is -1. All right, you could also do something like 11 minus 3 over 3 minus 11. So again, which is still -1. So what I'm trying to show you is that when you have subtraction, if it's exactly the same, but it's in reverse order, it's always going to reduce to -1. Now, I want you to remember that because it's easy. All right, now I'm going to show you the math for why that works out. All right, so please look up here. All right, let's look at this real quick. All right, 1. All right, so I'm factoring out a -1. If I factor out a -1, the 15 becomes a -15, and the negative x becomes a positive x. So then we can rewrite it as negative 1 x minus 15 over x minus 15. All right, so that's why the answer is negative 1. So you can go through that whole process, or you can just remind, or you can remember that the solution, when you have subtraction written out of order, is going to be negative 1. All right? Now, that's all there is to it. All right? Everything else should be smooth sailing. All right, so for question number 9, we're factoring into x plus 7, x minus 7. All right? And so now when we cross out, we end up with exactly x minus 7 over x plus 5. All right? Now, number 10. Again, always try to look for the GCF. And then I really want to try to show you something again, so I want you to pay attention. All right? So there's a GCF of what? 3x. Right? And you're left with 2x minus 1. You guys keep interrupting. It's taking me 20 minutes longer. All right, just come on, quiet. All right. Now, what do you think one of the factors in the denominator is going to be?
1.
What?
Oh, wait.
2x minus 1. That is correct. Shh. You're fine. Just listen. This, because we're working on reducing, is probably the factor in the denominator. All right, that will really help you if you understand that. All right, so I'm going to just go ahead and think I'm right. I'm going to put a 2x minus 1. Now I need a what? A 3x squared. I need a 6x squared. So that means that this has to be a 3x, right? Now I needed also the constant to be a 5, positive 5. Well, I have a negative 1. So that means I have to multiply that by negative 5. And that will give me the positive 5. Does everybody see that? All right. Now, of course, I'm right, but we're going to check and see. So again, you're going to do your smiley face to see if I get the negative 13. Negative 3 and negative 10 makes the negative 13. Does everybody agree with me? All right. So now what can I do with the 2x minus 1s? And so I'm left with 3x minus 5. All right. Now, can I cross out the 3 x's? No, because it's bounded by addition and subtraction. You're exhausting me today, guys. Come on. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. All right? We're not going to get done. All right? 11. No. Good question. The 3x, so what I want to do is I want to show you. You see how this quantity right here, let me make sure you understand me. These two quantities together are held together by multiplication. You with me? This right here and this right here. All right, that's one quantity. You with me? The 3x minus 5 is grouped together. You can't break them down individually. All right? If it was 3x times 5, then we could cross out the 3x's. All right? So here we go. Everybody should be really easy on number 11. All right, remember I always said reduce the numbers first, so I can divide by 6, and I end up with the fraction 6/7. Then it would be a to the 4th, and b to the 3rd would be on the denominator. Anybody have any issues with that? Any issues? All right, good. That's how we can do quickly. All right, up here, x squared minus 10x plus 25. Good. X minus 5 times x minus 5. Now be careful with 25 minus x squared. 25 minus x squared, we can't just rearrange the order. It's going to be 5 plus x and 5 minus x. Everybody okay with that? Now, what happens to x minus 5 and 5 minus x? Cancels. 2. Yes, exactly. That's the new lesson. Boom. Those -1. So your answer is -1 parentheses x minus 5 over. Does anybody mind if I make that x plus 5? If you write it as 5 plus x, it's okay. Now that's the new topic right there. Something I didn't show you yesterday. So everybody understand that x minus 5 and 5 minus x is the -1. All right, here we go. Let's keep moving. 13. So I can divide by, good, and so I'm left with 7 over 5, a to the 5th on the bottom, b to the 4th on the bottom. Very simple. Am I good? All right, keep going. 14. Don't forget the negative out in front. It's kind of tricky. And I can divide by, it looks like 12, I think, right?
Yeah, because 12 can go to 6.
So then that's 2 and 5. X to the 9th and y. Everybody good with that? Yes. I'm not there yet. Here we go. 15. Now again, this is what I want to show you on 15. All right. I would factor the bottom one first because they're all what? They're all positive. So that's the easy one. Everybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Try to listen to me because I'm trying to make it so it's easy. All right. So now we have to know that breaks down to 2x and x, right? Now, if I put the 5 on the right, that creates a 10, which is no good. So the 5 has to go on the what? So it's 5 and 1 plus and plus. So now, which one is on the top? 2x plus 5 or x plus 1? Probably 2x plus 5. All right, probably 2x plus 5. So let's see if we're right. So I'm going to put a 2x plus 5. And then over here, I need to make a 2x squared, so that has to be x, right? And I needed to make a -15, so that would be a -3. Do they agree? Now I'm checking to make sure I'm right. 5 minus 6 is -1. So were we correct?
Yes.
Yes. It's really simple. Really, really simple. And I want hundreds tomorrow. All right? I really do. I want hundreds. All right? So the 2x plus 5s do what? So I'm left with x minus 3 over x plus 1. Am I agreeing with me? All right, let's knock out 16. So that factors into 2x plus 3, 2x minus 3, agreed? So your final answer. Yep, 2x minus 3. Everybody good? All right, let's take a look at 17. All right, which one are we going to factor first? The top, because they're all positive. All right, so here we go. 3x and what? 2x. I need 17, so I'm thinking about 5 times 3 is 15, so that's probably going to work. 5 and 1. Then they're both what? They're both positive. Now, which one's probably on the bottom? Everybody agree with me? 2x plus 5 is probably on the bottom, right? So here we go. Put 2x plus 5 on the bottom, and then I need a 4x squared, so I have to have 2x, and then I need a -15, right? So that's going to be a -3. Now again, I'm checking myself. 10 minus 6 is 4. Is everybody seeing how easy that is, really? Right? Okay, so now what? 2x plus 5 cancels, so my final answer is? Yeah, I'm happy with that. Everybody happy with that? All right, so here we go. 18. All right. These are both easy because the leading coefficient is a 1, right? So the bottom is x. Uh-oh. All right. I'm just going to start at x plus 7, x minus 7. All right, did I skip 18? Is that what you're telling me? All right, so 36 over 81 can be reduced by 9. So I have 4/9 x squared y to the 7th. And the z's cancel. Everybody good with this? All right, now let's finish up 19. So the top is probably x minus 7, x plus 4, right? X minus 7s are gone. So x plus 4 over. Brilliant. All right, let's check out 20. Okay, be careful. There's a common what? X. The bottom is probably x minus 2, right? Bless you. Everybody happy with that? Now, again, guys, some kids asked me in the last class how I'm reducing. Does it matter how you reduce the numbers? No, just do it correctly. All right, just do it correctly. So what I mean by that is the first thing I see is 4 goes into 4 once and 4 goes into 12 3 times, right? And then I'm reading 27 divided by 3 is 9. And then 9 over 18 is reduced to 1/2. There's lots of ways you can do that. If you got 1/2, you know what you're doing. All right, now how many A's on the top?
1.
5. How many on the bottom?
3.
So all together, A squared on the top. And then we have what? B to the 4th on the bottom. Now's the time you need to speak up, right? That's honestly as hard as you can get with that. What? Good for you.
Why did you make 18?
Okay, so what I want you to do is tomorrow, to me, what I used to do is I used to just write down the numbers.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Was that a 2? No, 27 and a 12. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And you just, I mean, honestly, we tell kids go back to 5th grade when you were just reducing the fractions, right? And we said it doesn't matter how you do it. Like I could do 9 first, and that would be a 2, and that would be a 3, right? And then this would be a 1, and this would be a 4, and that's a 1, and that's a 1. You're down there. So again, it's just reducing the numbers, right? If you have trouble seeing that, just make the numbers off to the side and reduce it like normal. The other thing you could honestly do is type it in your calculator. Your calculator will give you the answer if you want to double check things. But I'd prefer that you not use a calculator. Right? If you had extra time on the test, you should check with your calculator. All right? Let's take a look at 23 now. The only thing I really have to worry about here is this is 2x plus 3 and what? 2x minus 3. Is everybody happy with that so far?
Yeah.
And then what happens to the 2x plus 3's? They cancel. So now let's make a fraction bar. Now, does everybody see the 2 and the 6 reduces to 1/3, right? And now I have an x and an x squared, so that gives me an x on the bottom, right? And then it looks like a 2x minus 3 is on the bottom also. So my answer is 1 over 3x times the quantity 2x minus 3. Is everybody good with that? That's not hard at all. Speak up if you need something now. Some of you guys now, I told you you're borderline B plus, A minus. Asking more questions is better. All right, but if you're following along, or I'd be one step ahead. I don't want to be doing the problems for you. All right. So let's take a look at 23 now. Oh, this one's the gross part because I have to do what? Yeah. So again, it's just kind of annoying, right? So 8a squared over 9b times 6b to the 5th over 4a cubed, right? And now just reduce 1 and 2, divide by 3. So did anybody else get 4/3 besides me?
I did.
All right. How many a's and b's, or how many a's on the top? And how many on the bottom? So I have,
1 A on the top.
and then b to the,
4. So B to the 4th. Well, on the top, but I thought you were.
right? You're all right. You're all right. I don't care. Everything is good. If you don't know something, you're just asking. Is everybody happy with that? Again, don't be confused with the division. Division is multiplying by the reciprocal. Multiplying by the reciprocal. All right, so let's find 24. Now, 3x minus 5 over 6x squared times 3x over 2 times. I like to try to factor as I go. Now I can clearly see that the 3x minus 5's do what? Cross out, right? Is everybody good with that? And now the 3 and the 6, that's a 2, right? So does everybody agree that it is 1 over 2x? Oh, I forgot the other 2. Thank you. That's why I say you got to be careful. Look how I just made something easy to make a mistake on. Right? When you're crossing things out, if you cross out too much, you kind of miss it. And I missed this 2 right here. All right? I missed this 2. So the answer really is what? 1 over what? 4x. Be careful. Be careful. All right? Because there's a 2 here and a 2 here. 2 times 2 is 4. It's easy to make a little mistake. All right? Now, on 25, here we go. Obviously, on 25, my typing skills are not the greatest. All right, so we're going to change that to a what?
Plus sign.
Plus. Yeah, type a lot. No, it's... All right, here we go. So, again, everything is kind of already factored. That's why that makes this one kind of easy. And now we're just crossing out. Be careful, like I said. X plus 1, X plus 1. That's nice. All right. So I'm looking at the 6 and the 3 and the 9. Does everybody see that's 2? 2 over 1. I like that.
All that.
Wow, because why? The x squared, x cubed, x. Well,
What about that?
okay.
Oh, I just got
6 times 3 divided by 9 is what?
6 times. Yeah.
What was that?
You're right. It's 2.
Thank you.
Wait, oh no, I have 2, but I still have an X.
What?
There would be 1x because the X took on
Tell me how many x's are on the top?
2.
Are there 4 on the top?
Yes.
All right, so let's see now. Make sure you're good. Now, this is important. X squared and x squared.
Oh, I forgot.
That's the other biggest mistake kids make is they see division, but they just still forget to do the reciprocal.
Oh, good. This is
All right, now a lot of times you can tell if you made a mistake like that because nothing ends up canceling out. All right, so please just be careful. Is everybody good with that?
the next one is okay.
All right. No what?
No flipping.
No flipping. All right. So here we go. Easy factoring.
X makes it.
Anybody have any objections to that? What happens?
I got nothing. It's all cancels.
So it's not nothing.
I mean, it's 1.
Beautiful. Because you're dividing, remember, something divided by itself is always 1. All right, does anybody have any issues with that?
There are 4 left.
All right. Is that good? Yes, sir. Good. Daniel, is that okay?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Thank you, buddy. Let's look at 27 now. Oh, 27 is kind of nice because it's already factored. x plus 4, x minus 2. Uh-oh. So now I'm left with, good job, kiddo.
Dang it, I forgot to what about x's? That's what I got. Just cancel the x's. Oh, cancel.
Everybody good? All right, let's check out 28. All right, here we go. Now again, here's where we're going to be smart. On the first fraction, I'm going to factor the denominator first into x minus 2 and x minus 1. Again, the numerator, 2x and x. 3, 1, plus, minus. Everybody okay with that? Now, the biggest mistake, multiplying. All right? Now, what's probably going to go on the bottom?
2x plus 3.
I'm thinking 2x plus 3 is. All right? I'm always looking around trying to make it easy on myself. So I'm just going to check 2x plus 3. All right? Now, I need 6x squared, so it's going to have to be 3x. And I need a positive 3, so it's going to have to be a positive 1. 9 and 2 makes 11. So I understand what I'm trying to show you, how you know, you can do it faster if you're comfortable. All right, now what I'm showing you is the 2x plus 3's canceled. All right, the x minus 1's canceled. So on top, it's probably going to be a what? I think it's probably a 3x plus 1, but I'm not sure. And then it's going to be x minus 2. Does that work? 1. Yes, that does work, right? So does everything cancel again?
Yeah.
So again, that equals a what? Does everybody agree that's a 1? All right, let's check out 29.
6.
Yep. So 6, x minus 2, negative 8. Uh-oh. X plus 4. X squared, x plus 4 stays. 3, x minus 2. So x plus 4's cancel. X minus 2's cancel. Uh-oh.
2x squared over negative 8. That's it. Whoa, didn't get that. Oh, yeah, I did.
Is that right?
I totally did not get that.
6 over 24, right? You see that?
Can you just do x squared over negative 4?
Yes, yes, you can. Yes, it's okay to say x squared over negative 4. Hold up, I'll do 30 right now.
No, don't! No! Go, yes, yes, yes. No! I call this death. No, guys. Shh. Sorry. No, not sorry.
1 over 2x squared.
Yes, I got it. I didn't get it.
Just recommend. Thank you.
This is my sister. I know. Does it matter what the answer is? Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Does it matter what?
Wait, no, Mrs. Straw, pull back to it. I'm just gonna go right. No, that is not it. I know I'm not. What is that? The right for 30 I have. I think I have. No, it's 3.